So I've realized that you're most likely to connect with people with the bad trauma and the negative things that most of us try to hide. Today I had a photo shoot and we were models for a editorial that will get posted later, and we met some new faces, new people we haven't met before. It was a photographer, videographer, there were planners there were florists there, and the wedding venue owner. But the videographer, it was easier to talk to him, but we bonded so quickly in a way that I felt like I've known him for a long time. And we easily built trust. And I've been thinking about it, why that was so effective. Like, why was it that we were able to trust each other after just spending maybe just a few hours with each other today, and we never met each other or known anything about each other beforehand? And the pattern that I realized too, that confirms a lot of why I think you, in your life, the strangers that you meet, even the people that you already know, you will connect with people when you share very vulnerable and maybe dark or hidden things that you often are reluctant to talk about. There's certain sides of us that we don't let people see, like your shadow self. Like, maybe you feel insecure and you can recall certain times when you had events in your life that made you feel even more secure. What were events in your life that made you feel less than what you actually want to be? And everyone has a growth period where they're trying to become something, they're trying to learn something, and it's difficult. And oftentimes we keep those things hidden and we shy away from having discussions with it, especially to our new acquaintances, friends, people that we meet on a day-to-day basis, that we think, they're gonna think less of us. But I've actually found the opposite. I think that you connect more, you connect faster with people when you share those hidden things that you keep deep down inside, those failures, those losses that you have. When you share the losses with people, there's an interesting thing that happens. I think you're able to realize that this person is trying to grow. This person is trying to, whatever they're trying to do, they're not hiding the processes, the day-to-day failures that everybody has. And by being courageous, having the courage to talk about the failures in your life, you're going to find yourself connecting faster with people at a rate that you would if you wouldn't if you were just to act like you're perfect, you know everything, everything's smooth, everything that's going in your life is great. A lot of the times the people that you know that you think they have an amazing life, behind the scenes things aren't the way that always seems. And when you meet people, if they were more open to connect with you, to talk to you about these things that they're struggling with, maybe they don't have a sound relationship with the people around them like you think they do. Maybe they're struggling with something deep from their past and they're trying to overcome it. I think there's the shadow self and the self that we present. And I think when you develop the courage to talk more about your shadow self, but not only that, the actual losses in your life that maybe are embarrassing and they don't necessarily serve you, there's certain situations and certain people where sharing that might actually bring you closer, and let the other person be vulnerable enough to give you insights and share things with you that might give you ideas and solutions to situations that you might not think about. You might learn through them, through their failures. But that only happens if we are vulnerable enough to share our failures with other people. But that's my tip today. I think, I've met a complete random stranger, but because we connected through videography and shared our failures, our growth, our journey, or we're vulnerable enough to realize that we both came from unknown uncertainty to get to where we are, and we have another level to go to. It was the fastest way I've ever seen trust or felt trust happen with an unknown stranger. So try that, and you might develop friendships, or you might gain information that you otherwise wouldn't unless you were allowing yourself to be vulnerable, therefore allowing the other person to be vulnerable. So be more vulnerable in relationships and situations when you meet strangers. You don't know how deep or those relationships can become. So allow it and try it out.